Okay guys, I apologize if my stream dropped there momentarily when I was switching into, let me get the sound turned off there. I apologize if the stream dropped on you. Hopefully you find your way back to it and that got picked up again. That is kind of the downside to using this Mob Crush app. Sometimes when I switch between apps, it does drop the stream. Hopefully, though, you're all back with me. So let me know if you're there, and I will go ahead and I'll just start here. It's a blank slate on the test server. I will go ahead and start purchasing some of the bots and weapons. I did turn the music and the sound off. It can get a little bit loud, so hopefully that's okay, and hopefully everybody can still hear me. Now here on the test server, for those of you who have never been on the test server, they basically give you all of the regular content, bots and weapons here. It looks like it's just some of the ads or offers, but it's all free and you can just get it. It is a little bit limited because as you can see, these weapons are only available in sets of 4, so if say you wanted to run a bunch of gusts in a hangar, you can't do that because you're limited to 4. And when I do the test server, what I like to do is first make a recreation of my main hangar, because the thing that's at least most important to me, other than the getting balanced new content, is how is my current hangar going to fare against these new items. If it's something that's going to have to, it's just something that I have to consider when I'm doing this testing. So I'll usually start off there to give me kind of a baseline of what to expect, and then add in the new content and give that a test. So first I have to unlock all of these hangar slots here. Actually, let me change this bot out. I want to there we go. I want to add in my Strider. That's the first bot in my hangar. And I'll put in my Mender. And they do give you 75,000 gold to help when you're putting these or building these hangars for testing, so that's good. Third slot, I think I'm going to add my Aries. They don't have the new paint jobs here yet on test server for the Aries. That's okay. What do I want to add here? This one here is going to be see. What part am I using there on my main hangar? Okay, I'm kind of messing this up here. Okay. Okay, unlock the 4th slot. And what am I missing from my main hanger? What am I missing? I believe... Let me, I was going to say, let me check my, other hanger, but, oh, it's the Al June, and that's not in here. So in place of my Al June, I guess I will just add... what can I add in place of my Al June? There's not really one that's... I'll put a Mercury in there, because usually I would be running that slot as a Mercury. And finally is going to be my Invader. And there we go. Now you can see here there is a new look to the hanger, and when you go to the store, it gives it kind of a three-dimensional look, so that's pretty cool. It looks fairly well finished. Hey, Blade McCrystal, thanks for joining me on the stream today. And after I do a match or two here, well, I'll probably do just one match with my a replica of my main hanger, but then I'm going to add some other hangers to test the new stuff. And if there's a specific build or bot that you're wanting to see, I will try to get that put in. Now on my Strider, I run a Calamity and 2 Sparks. I find that does decent damage, can be a great support bot, and is a good counter to some of the Hellburners and other beacon runners that are running around. Let me see, I have Thermonuke and a heavy armor kit. Where's the heavy armor? There it is. And on here, on my Mender, I run a shotgun build with a Gust, Storm, and a Halo. That seems to give some of the better damage. And I don't see a Storm here. Maybe it's in the store. Okay, there it is. And a Halo. Let's find that Halo. There we go. My Aries, originally when I started running the Aries, I ran it with Scourge, and then I shifted that to Tyrann's, and I find that to give me the most damage, but it took me a little while to learn how to pilot it more effectively to keep it alive. So anybody that might be looking to build or get into using an Aries, then you can, I would recommend start with something that's a little longer range, and then move to more of a brawler setup once you learn to pilot it a little bit better. But I do find this setup to work really well. Let's see, currently I have my Mercury in my long range hanger, and I'm running it with a couple of, let me see, Shredders and a Viper. And on my Invader, I have really started to enjoy playing the Blaze with a Corona. It lets me not have to worry about any kind of a shielded bot I might run into. I do run it with thermo nukes and a last stand and an armor kit. I think it's kind of important to run a at least one thermo nuke on the Invader because it is a little on the weak side as far as its damage output. Last stand here, and 2 thermo nukes. Aries is a last stand and 2 thermo nukes as well. These are my main damage dealers, so I want to make sure that I can boost their damage up as much as possible, but I also want to keep them alive because they are pretty fragile. So the last stand does the trick there. And for my Mender, I don't have a last stand on him. Instead, I like to run 2 thermo nukes and a heavy armor. Okay. Let me switch out. I do run quantum radar on most of my lineup. Just because with the especially with the Aojun flying around, it's kind of important that you have that capability. I keep a repair module on my Mender and my Invader, though. With the shotgun build on the Mender, I just don't find it to be extremely useful as to run quantum radar on it, because for the most part my shotguns can hit something in stealth if it's that close to me. Okay, so that's my lineup. I guess okay, good. I don't need to upgrade these, so they come already upgraded. That's nice. And yep, okay, so I will go ahead and get into a battle. Oh, and hey BFG, sorry I didn't see you there in chat, but glad you were able to swing by. All right, well let's hope that this doesn't take too long getting into matches. I am looking forward to testing the new content, but like I said, I think it's kind of important to see how the existing content is going to fare. Because if I get completely obliterated, I know that there's definitely going to be some issues with the new content. Okay, here we go. Team Deathmatch. Not my favorite, but it is what it is. My beacon runner's not going to be too useful here, but I'll start with it anyway. And This is a pretty long map, so I kind of need to keep at my range, even though my weapons do more damage up close. I don't want to overdo it. These guys are running some of the new stuff, and okay, now I'm locked down. But okay, I'm gonna get taken out here. Let me go ahead and move into. I'll go with my Mercury here. Looks like we had a red somewhere close by. There he is. And I'll just go ahead and take him out. Hopefully. Oh, it didn't quite get him. But that's fine. He has to come out of his stealth in order to shoot me. I did take a little more damage there than I wanted to. And it looks like we've got another one running back there. The downside is I can't see how far away he is because of his stealth, and I'm not going to okay. Aries took me out. That's fine. Let me go back and take him out, or try to anyway. Aries versus Invader. Usually the Invader is going to win if he can jump into his shield. And I will self-heal here to not worry about his damage, and he should go down. Alright, so he was taken out. This guy here is going to be annoying. And got a bulwark. I'm going to get taken out. Alright, so not doing too well here. But it's not really going against much of the new content. You've got the one guy there that I'm going to take out right now. So he's got his last stand, but he's got to come out. There we go. Alright, so I'm getting ganged up on. You can tell I don't play Team Deathmatch often. This isn't the best mode for testing, unfortunately. A lot of times, though, with the test server, we don't get to choose the modes, and sometimes they just flood you with nothing but Team Deathmatch. It's kind of part of the reason why I haven't been doing much testing lately. Alright, let's see if we can't get something out of here. There we go. He should go down. And let me get a heal on my buddy here. Alright. There we go. Now, maybe if we stick together, we can get a few kills. Okay, so got a stealth bot there. Let's get him taken out. At least lock him down. There he is. So he can't do anything as long as he's in that stealth. So I'm not going to worry too much about him. If it was a beacon game, you know, things might be a little different. I would be a little more careful around him. But Team Deathmatch, I don't really see that bot being very effective. It would or could get interesting playing, I guess, a free-for-all with that if you were really good at piloting it. But you would have to be a really good pilot. Alright, something's shooting me. There we go. Let's get him taken out. And him. He's hiding, but I'm still hitting him. And that's probably going to be it. There he is. One more bot. And he's going to go down. So at least the Mender did fairly well on that match, but I kind of had the feeling that that was probably more my inability to play well on the game mode. But I think my hanger did okay. So I was able to come in third, got 3 kills. That's not terrible. But we'll go ahead and start looking at the new content now. Fenrir with Avalanche and Columbus. I could probably do that. Let me just unequip these weapons here, since I do have them only in a limited quantity, and then I will change up my hanger. I think I'm going to go with more of a traditional hanger setup. By that I mean I want to go with like one beacon runner or fast robot, at least one tank robot. And then the rest support. I do want to get at least one mid-range or long-range setup in there, also to kind of round it out. Alright, so here is the Loci. He's the faster robot. He's the one that's running 60 kilometers an hour, and then his ability puts him in stealth, and he can go at 90 kilometers an hour. I would consider him more of a beacon capper, so I'll go ahead and add him for that purpose. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take care of the tankier bot, which I think is going to be the Fenrir. He's the one that gets the heavy weapon, and then he also has the Aegis shield and the damage resistance. So he's definitely going to be my tank. And then I'm going to go ahead and get some of my brawlers in there. I think I'm going to go with 2 of the tiers. I really want to try them with one with a brawler setup, close range, and one with more of a mid-range support. And the final bot, I'll go ahead and just add in a second Fenrir, because I think that can, be really a solid tank or a support bot. I don't know. We'll just give it a shot. So I should have my stuff set up, and it looks like they all get three different passive slots. So I'll go ahead and just let me see. I'll put a last stand because he's going to be pretty weak, and then I'll go with. I think I'm going to go with heavy armor on him. Mainly just to get his health up there, and since I don't really see him using his weapons as often, so he's not really going to be there for damage. But that should help him stay alive quite a bit. Hey, Kitty. I hope you had a good stream. I'm doing pretty well. I stopped by. You were doing your Brawl Stars stream. Looked like you had quite a few viewers. Alright, so with this tier, I think I'm going to go with just last stand, and then I want to maximize the damage on these guys, so I'm going to go with thermo nukes. And let me see, with this setup, I think I might go with a shotgun setup, or, how about a full lockdown? I think that would be a pretty good setup. So we'll go Halo and Corona. Okay, so we'll go with the full lockdown on him. Let me go back here. I needed to equip something for his weapons. I think I'm just going to go with Gust. It's reliable, and it I think would give him the most use when he does use his weapons. With this tier, I don't know, something maybe a mid-range, so I don't know, what do you guys think? I think let me see, Pulsar and Spark, maybe, or Scourge? Scourge and Spark? What do you guys think? I think I'll try one with Scourge and Spark first, and then maybe try something else after. Okay, so now we're set up there. He's already got the quantum radar installed. And now for the Fenrir, somebody was asking for the Avalanche with Tulumba. So let me go ahead and put that on here. With, where's the, I think, yep, there's the Avalanche. It's in the store. And another Tulumba. Okay. So the Avalanche looks like it's $12.50 per rocket, and I think it holds like 16 rockets, is what I was reading on the test notes. And it has the splash damage similar to the Tulumbas. So it should work pretty well with the Tulumba. And then on this guy, oops, let me change out his passives. Go with the last stand. I think last stand right now is like a must on almost every bot that you have. It's kind of unfortunate. I don't like last stand, but if you want to compete, you kind of have no choice. Yeah, he's got splash damage, 500 meters. I'll go with thermonuclear on this one, and I think on the other one I'll go max health. Just try and make this this one really tanky. So I'll go with a last stand and 2 heavy armor kits. Get his health boosted up nice. And maybe we'll go with, what do we have here still? I could do an Ember setup. I think that Ember Igniter to get the a little bit of testing on the Igniter. But I also think something like an Orkan Exodus would be really good on here. Or even an Avenger. Well, actually, I'm not sure an Avenger would do so well since the heavy weapon gets put away, but it could. You never know. But I'll start off with the Igniter and the Ember. I bet a Turan Redeemer would also work really well on this as a brawling setup. All right, where is that? I had some more igniters here. Oh, I have to buy them in the store. Sorry. Okay, so that's what we've got. I'm going to use this guy as my heavy tank and close range brawler. This one is a mid range with splash. I think this one is going to do fairly well. The lock-on might be a little difficult, though, depending on how much stealth is going around. But he should do well overall. And then the full lockdown Corona Halo it's a really good setup on the Aries, so I would expect it to be equally good on these. So that's my setup, and we'll go ahead and get into another battle and see how they do. Alright, that one didn't take too long. And we got Beacon Rush, so that's good. I will start off with my Beacon Runner. It looks like almost everybody did. I'll see where they're headed to. Okay. So I got a 3-second cooldown to change your ability. And this guy is pretty fast. And we got center. Okay, so this guy's using Spark. I should be able to beat him outright, though. Okay, let me go ahead and use my ability. This guy's going to try and hit me in stealth. Let me return the favor. And my last stand triggered, and I'm going to get taken down. But, yeah, he moves pretty quick. I'll go ahead and let me test out the Fenrir. Get him taken out. Oh, got a stealth runner over there. Have to get him taken out. Alright, I need some bullets now. Oops. Yeah. Alright, so that's almost an instantaneous cooldown. It's like 1 second, if that. So Oh wow, so that that Avalanche really, really throws them rockets out there pretty quick. Let me go ahead and get to some cover. And it looks like I have to have my heavy weapon out in order to regenerate the Aegis shield. Hit this guy here. Yeah, you can see those rockets just take off. Alright, so my Aegis shield is done. I will, well, it went away again. The Aegis shield does not really protect all that much. But, gotta remember in this stance, or with my third weapon up, I do have 50% damage reduction, which is huge. Let me go ahead and, but you do walk really slow. It's really noticeable. Let me try and get by this guy. Looks like he's got his healing module out, or not module, but in his support stance. All right, let's. I'm getting some damage, but not really getting the kills. I'm not going to worry too much about this guy. He's in stealth. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of. There he goes. He's out of stealth now, so I've got to do something about it. Try and help my buddy here. So it's definitely nice that that healing bot is on the field. He's doing quite a bit of healing. Okay, and I think I'm going to let this guy go ahead and take me out so I can jump into another bot. But I think that one did fairly well. The Aegis shield did feel kind of on the weak side. It was stripped really easily. All right, so right now in this bot I am in, I guess, my support mode. So I only have the two weapons available, but I do have a heal during that time. So now I'm going to go ahead and go into the attack mode, bring my sparks and everything out at once. I'll go ahead and switch back. That's also a really quick switch. But it looks like it's quite a bit of healing that's being done here. See if I can't chase this guy down and just get him taken out. There we go. He should go down. Alright, now get back to healing. This guy is, he's pretty fast. There we go. Some damage on him. Switch weapons. Okay, so got him taken out. It is a very noticeable speed difference on this bot when you're in your support mode. So actually, that one that bot felt pretty good to play. 880k damage, 5 kills. That's not too bad. I only got to test out 3 of the bots, I guess. So I think I might do another one with this build. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and switch out this for What else can I put on here? Actually, you know what? Let me go over here. Let me switch this out. I really want to try a Tehran Redeemer. I'm gonna have to buy some more Tehrans here. Okay. And a Redeemer. I'm glad they finally added the Redeemer to the test server. For probably the last 6 months or so, the Redeemer has not been on the test server. But I have a feeling that setup would do really well. I didn't get a chance to test this one out yet, the Amber with the Igniters. And Scourge Spark is really nice. But let me go ahead and change something up. Let me go with the Pulsar. It's sitting at 600 meter range. So it could still be a mid-range bot, and I don't want to use the Shredder. Let me go with, what can I go with? Do they have... Yep, there it is, the Marquis. I think the Marquis and the Pulsar would be great. On my main account, I run a where is it at here? Am I missing something? Oh, I'm on the wrong slot. Sorry about that. On my main account, I have a long-range hanger, and in that hanger, I run a Mender with 2 Marquis and a Pulsar, and it's low level. Most of my long-range hanger is low level, but even at level 5, it does quite well, and it can work at both long and short range. So I think we'll go with this now. Does anybody want me to maybe try something different on the Loci? Is there another setup? I'm sure some Gust would do well, but I mean not Gust. The Halo would also do well on it, but I only have 4 Halo, and 2 of them are on another bot. So let me see. Could run 3 Blaze. Why not? Let me try that. Alright, so this is what we're going to be running with on the next match. Hopefully it's a domination or beacon rush. And we'll get into it. Alright, sometimes it takes a little longer than the live server to get into a match. There's a lot fewer people here on the test server. Alright, here we go, Dreadnought. Beacon Rush, so I'll start with my Beacon Runner. I usually go to the top middle when I'm running with my clan. That's just, I know the key beacon is D, down at the bottom of the spaceship, but to get an early start on the beacon bar, I like to run and try and get this one, because I almost always have people on my team, even with randoms, that either go for center or D and go for the home. So I was able to secure this one. It looks like the red team did not go for their home beacon. Looks like there's a brawl happening down there at center right now. So I'll go ahead and grab this beacon. Hopefully the red team gets over there and gets a second beacon. Not that I want to lose, but I want enough time in the match to actually play. Alright, so I'm not sure why it's not hitting this guy. It's kind of comes out at a strange angle. Alright, so this guy's trying to hit me, but he can't. Yeah, so for some reason, okay, this one's a little bit better. These weapons weren't targeting properly. Okay, here we go. Alright, I got a Hellburner coming over. That's going to be a problem for a bot like this, because even in his stealth mode, he's still going to take a lot of damage. So let me try and... okay, well, he took me out. That's fine. I want to start another bot. Let me go ahead and jump in here. Trying to defend a beacon. I should be able to get this guy taken out. Looks like my teammate is staying on the beacon, which is great. Now there should be enough for me to take him out. And there he goes. So able to take the key to dealing with a Hellburner, if you want to avoid his blast radius, is you want to be 70 meters away. Anything over 70 meters, his blast will not hit you. Okay, I've got something jumping up there. Let me go ahead and start putting damage down on him. Now, one thing I'm noticing here is, see, my Redeemer is packed away right now, but it is not reloading. That's not really a good feature. It would be nice that it would be nice for it to automatically reload if it's set away. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put it away so that I can come over here and get within range. Start doing some damage. Go ahead and use up my shield. Get away. Okay. Now we'll go to damage resistance. And I'll concentrate on him, at least get through his shield. But it looks like I'm going to go down. So I'm wondering if maybe a repair module wouldn't be better on this build. Okay, I don't... Okay, good. Yeah, I want them to actually capture that beacon. I don't want the game to go over too quickly and we have a huge beacon bar advantage. Sometimes when you're running on the test server, you know, people play it like it's a live server where the match matters if you win, but really it doesn't matter, and it's better if you just okay, so I'm going to roast him up. It's better if you actually let the other team stay close so you can use as much of the 10 minutes in the match as possible. Falcon over here. It really doesn't look like I'm doing much damage to him. I should be doing a lot more than it's showing. There might be an issue here with the test server. Okay, he went fangs out. That wasn't very smart. And get back up here. So I'm locked down, but still be able to take him out. Okay. Got a pursuer here. He wanted to hide, so I'm going to go ahead and try and roast him anyway. But now I'm reloading. So you can see in this mode with that 50% damage reduction, it really takes a lot to take this robot out. So this is going to be a great tank on the live server. Go ahead and go with this. Start putting damage in here. Now I could just go farther back, but yeah, I probably should have stayed at ranged. Try and get his Aegis shield dropped. There you go. Oh. Match is over. Alright, so I didn't really get much of a chance to test that build out, but I did get some decent testing in on a couple of the other ones. And it wasn't too bad overall. I wish the match would have gone a little bit longer. I really did like the Tehran setup. The Ember Igniter really didn't seem to do well. I definitely preferred the Avalanche setup. So I'm wondering if Avalanche Tulumba setup would be a good tanky setup. I think I'll run that one again. This one, I think I needed a longer map for him. I think he would really do well on a longer map. The 3 blaze on here definitely was having some kind of a bug with the targeting. They weren't aiming at the central point of the target, so that's going to be some feedback that I have to give back to Pixonic. So let me change this out to something else. Let me see, is there something in the store? I'm going to throw a couple of stings on there maybe? I don't know. The sting really needs to get a boost or a buff. It's kind of a really bad weapon overall. I'll throw that on there. If nothing else, it kind of matches the the current color of the bot. So let me give that lineup another run, and hopefully we can get a little bit longer map, so I can get the tier tested out a little bit better. I really think this tier bot he's going to be the underrated bot that comes out. I think Fenrir is going to be the popular one that most people are going to want initially. I could be wrong though. So far I'm not impressed with the Loci at all, which is a good thing. I was concerned it might be a little bit overpowered. Okay, here we are, same map, domination this time. Okay, so with domination, I think I'm going to go ahead and just start off with the Tyr. A lot of people think you need beacon runners for domination, but really it doesn't matter how slow you are getting to the beacon, because you're going to be trading that beacon a lot. You're going to go back and forth a lot with the beacons. So sometimes it's better just to arrive there, take it, and then you're in a bot that can hold the beacon instead of a weaker bot that you know, he can't defend the beacon at all. Alright, so we've got a bulwark here. Let's go after him. Looks like my healing is doing really well. He's using the dragoons, which is usually pretty painful. So let me, looks like I got his physical shield broke. We're getting some good damage in on him, and should get him killed. Now I want to heal up, so I'm going to go back into my support mode, and then I'm just kind of going side to side here, trying to stay out of this guy's targeting. And I know somebody's hitting me from behind too. But okay, so I'm out of weapons, so both of my side weapons got blown off. But I think that was an okay run on that guy. Go ahead and run this one. See if I can get some long range fighting to happen. Looks like they are covering the beacon, their home beacon over there, so I'll see if I can't get over there and do some damage from far away. Okay, so here we go. Of course he's going to hide. I'm going to shoot him anyway. Got him locked down, so that was great. I'm doing some good damage. These marquee really do some great damage, so you don't want to underestimate them if you go against them. Alright, so this guy can't take my beacon, it doesn't really matter. But now he's switched, so I can target him. So I didn't even need to use the quantum radar that time to get to him, because he lowered his... okay, ooh. Alright, well this guy's not going to be able to do much, but let me go into healing mode, try and help my buddy. Hopefully he's in my range. No, he's not, but I'm not going to get off at the beacon, so... Alright, so he went fangs out. I'm going to go ahead and hopefully take him out. There we go. And switch back and try and heal up. Looks like my buddy needs some help there. I'm kind of impressed with the amount of healing that this bot does. I would be interested to see how maybe a full squad of these would do if everybody stayed in their support mode. So I believe I read somewhere that these bots heal about 1,000 per second, 1,000 HP per second. So if you had 6 of them there, I think you could probably overcome a lot of damage. Okay, so they've got somebody on the roof. Let me see if I can come to the bottom here and give some support. Get a little splash damage over there. Alright. So the Avalanche, it's pretty fun watching the rockets just shoot out of there. Okay, so go ahead and get some more damage here. Alright, looks like I'm probably going to get taken out here. going against two of these guys in their mode is really difficult. So I think in some cases that might turn out to be the replacement for the full Hellburner squads. You might start seeing the full Fenrir, or yeah, Fenrir, is that right? Maybe it's not the right, but I don't know. I do mix their names up a little bit. The Tyr, yeah, that's the Tyr that has the healing module, or not module, but the ability. So this, I'm really enjoying this setup here with the Tyrann and Redeemer. It's really powerful. Right. Watch out, buddy. Okay, so I'll try to get him taken out first. Go for his friend. I'm just going to kind of ignore the Falcon here. He's not really targeting anybody. So I want to go ahead and use my shield up some. This guy trying to sneak around behind us. See if I can't reload and take him out. I really do like the almost instantaneous switching that you have here with these abilities. It's really helpful to not have a big delay. Okay, so finally got him taken down. Looks like my buddy here is healing, so my health is going up pretty quick. That's pretty crazy how fast that is, actually. Yeah, I'll go this way. And there's a fat target right there. He's not moving. I know he just got locked down, but... And the last guy is right up there. And get a couple hits on him. Alright, sorry about that. I actually, I had to kind of step away for a second. Yeah, that was actually a pretty good match. I think we got quite a bit of testing in there. Didn't quite get too many kills, but wasn't really going for it. But we did rack up the damage a decent amount. I kind of wish I knew how much of that was the healing, because that healing seems to be doing really good. Overall, I'm kind of impressed with these bots. They're not quite as overpowered as I felt they might be. And I think they might kind of bring some fun factor. I like the way they kind of switch like the old quick draw bots, the Jesse, Butch, and Doc. But it's also similar to, you know, the Pantheon bots that have the built-in weapons. These aren't built in, but you get a choice on what type of weapon you're putting on that one. So that's nice. I think these are going to be a lot of fun. I think they will probably end up in the meta. I'm not overly concerned with the Loki at this point. Even with the extended stealth duration, you know, that's fine. And you might see a little bit of resurgence on the Mender coming back. People will need to run more anti-stealth. But I think that's probably going to be it for the testing. I do. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Like I said, I had to step away for just a second. I think that's going to be the final match for today. If anybody has any questions. Okay, I don't see any questions coming through. I do appreciate anybody that did stop by during the live stream here. It's always nice to have you guys here. Keep an eye out for any future streams I might be doing. Sometimes they are kind of random, but I'm looking to make at least some kind of live stream schedule. Other than that, keep a lookout for the videos. I should be getting some production videos going up here shortly. I'm just doing some final post-production work on them, and then I will be posting them to my YouTube channel. So once again, I appreciate all the support, and especially want to give a shout out to Dark Warrior Brian. He was my very first Patreon supporter. It's much appreciated. And for those that are not familiar with Patreon, there's a link in the video description. Feel free to check it out. There's a lot of creators on Patreon, and if you want to support, that's just another avenue to do so. But until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you out there in the game.